You ever have one of those days where you wake up, maybe catch up on some current events, and just end up shaking your head and going, what in the world is going on? What's up is down, what was once black is now white, what is in is out. It's confusing, and sometimes I wonder, is it me that's crazy? But there's no point in trying to force a direction any more than there's a point in trying to force a wave to go where we want it to. So some of the best advice I ever heard was stop trying to force, just get on top of that wave, ride it in the direction it's going. Makes life a lot easier. That's what I'm doing, and trying to tell a story along the way.
You see, we're on a mission. We're on a mission. You see, a mission from God.
So for this next stuff, I didn't have my my GoPro or even, well, I had my phone. So I took some footage from my phone, and I'm going to punch it into this segment, and hope it looks okay, because again, video doesn't do any justice. But this was La Libertad. So along the coast, you're headed from, if you come out of San Salvador, you basically come right down to the coast. La Libertad, it would be just off to your left. And if you want to come up into El Tunco, where they're surfing now, the world-class surfing competition, and up into Zonte, that would be to the right. So anyhow, this was a little walk through La Libertad, and a bit of an idea of some of the waves that are hitting up against the shore. This time of the year, they're pretty big. Even the locals are saying that. So check this out. That water draining off hit the roof, the wave. It's a massive concussion. You feel the whole building shake, and I don't know, maybe every 15 minutes or something, this massive concussion hits, goes over the roof, and just drains. You don't want to sit over here, I'm told. Taking a little walk down the front road, right off, just off to my left is the ocean, and wow. I was talking to a guy, and he said that the reason these waves are so powerful is that they have the entire South Pacific Sea to build up energy, so they are coming from the South Pole. And then they're hitting this coast, because where I am right now, we are looking south. So yeah, this is really something. Unlike anything I've ever seen. I mean, I've been around some big waves. I've been on the North Pacific and been in those rollers, but just to see them hitting the shore, pretty spectacular. Well, good morning. It's around 7:30 and just heading out to a location called Hope House, and they meet here every Friday, and then they put a group and they go out to the high schools to train people on using Bitcoin. So this will be primarily an observation. I don't know, maybe I'll participate, but I've been looking forward to it. Great way to get tied into the community and give back a little bit, but also learn at the same time. It's great to learn from the students, and I can practice my Spanish a little bit. So it's going to be cool. So see how it goes. So the group of us that had met at Hope House piled into Chimbera's truck, 4 in the front and another 4 or so in the back, which is kind of customary around here. We headed out the highway about 35 minutes and on our way to the high school. But before we could get to the high school, we ran into a bunch of younger age kids that were leaving their school, headed down to a field for a sports day or something. And we had to wait here about 10 minutes while all of these parents and children made their way down to the sports field.
But I don't know if I'm going to end up in Mexico. I found a few places I like that.
¿Quién quiere comprarse un carro? Levante la mano.
After getting the students organized in the auditorium, the group from Hope House set up a PA and began the program. Here you can see Chimbera. He's talking with the group, and he's got quite a unique style. A little different than Mi Primer Bitcoin, and he kind of speaks to the kids at a street level. In this exercise, he's demonstrating first mover advantage. Be brave enough to be the first, and you might get rewarded. As the program moves on, the students break into groups and they're shown how to install a Lightning wallet. In this case, they're using Bitcoin Beach or Blink as the example for the custodial wallet. After the wallet is installed successfully, it's time to demonstrate how you can send Lightning back and forth. So in this case, I had some sats in my wallet and I was able to ask a student to create an invoice and then send them a payment. It was only a few dollars, but they're absolutely ecstatic to get this payment. Here's an example of how that worked. Not only was this really interesting for me to show the students how they could become their own bank and send money instantly peer-to-peer, but there were some cultural exchanges as well. I had some really interesting discussions with some of these young people who were very curious about me and what I thought about their country. These 2 lads asked if I would take a selfie with them. I was happy to oblige. Thanks to all the great folks at Hope House for inviting me along.
Darkness falls and she.
All right, I'm just waiting for a lift. We've arranged some shared rides. We're gonna go from Zonte down on the beach to San Salvador for a Nostr conference today. Not a conference, seminar is probably more likely the word. So it's gonna be an all-day thing at a place called the Bitcoin landing spot. So I'm kind of excited about that. Got my shirt, my Nostr Rica shirt, and we're going to talk about this and maybe see how it works in El Salvador. So we'll get some video from today. So this is the Bitcoin landing spot, and nice big meeting space and a great backyard with a pool. So if you want to come here and have a meetup, bring your bathing suit. If it gets warm, you can go in and have a little sleep. Hey, we're going to get into the Nostr thing pretty quick. They've just set everybody up with Bolt cards, and that was something that they had talked about providing to people. So we're going to set those up and learn about Nostr, and as in all these cases, great networking session. So I'm starting to recognize a lot of familiar faces, which is saying something for this weary traveler, but it's been just a fabulous community, excellent group of people, and as you might expect if you've been to Bitcoin meetups, everybody's on a very similar page, and just makes for great conversations and that kind of thing. So anyhow, let's I'm probably not going to take too much video of the seminar itself, just out of courtesy for privacy, but yeah, we'll check in from time to time as we go through the day.
Because Bitcoin is for everyone and Bitcoin is borderless. So yeah, but we are, I will say so excited because here in El Salvador, yeah, we are part of the history of the money by being the first country making Bitcoin as legal tender. So yeah, my name is Darwin Otero. You can find me as Abel Otero in Twitter, and yeah, I'm Salvadorian, so I have been here my entire life. So because I know that yeah, we are seeing a lot of persons coming to visit us, coming to spend some time and learn and understand what is happening here. So yeah, I will talk maybe 10 minutes, and then feel free to ask any question, and we are going to talk specifically about grassroots hyper-Bitcoinization. Yeah. Okay? And actually in the latest Bitcoin conference, a new term was like created, that's super hyper-Bitcoinization, and that's happened when a country is making Bitcoin as legal tender.
I was hoping there was going to be a presentation before me that actually gave you guys a little bit of insight as to how Nostr worked, but there's not, so I'm going to give you a real quick crash course. Woo! Nostr itself is actually a protocol, it's not an application or like a business. So what happens is you actually basically go and get a different application that you run on top of Nostr so you can see what's happening. And in a very general view, it's basically like Twitter, largely at the moment, but it can be used for other purposes.
Now, I didn't get any video of this presentation, but I met the developer Diego at the seminar, and I have to say, I was absolutely blown away by what this guy's developed. He's using the Nostr protocol to create a peer-to-peer ride service, kind of like Uber. Now, it's cool enough that it's built on the Nostr protocol, but he's added in HTLC, which is a time lock contract. It basically guarantees that the driver gets paid and the rider gets a ride. So I won't get into all the technical, but if you're involved in the space, you're going to say, wow, that's brilliant. And I think this project is, we're definitely going to be hearing more about it. So congratulations, Diego, on something great. Single developer, he's going to get some funding, and I'm sure he's going to get a lot of help. We're going to hear about this one. So that kind of wraps it up, and as I said, it gives you a little snapshot of what's happened along the travels. Bitcoiners continue to come here. They are going to continue to invest money, not only through tourism, but investment businesses, things are starting. It's green fields, and if you're entrepreneurial and you can get the proper approvals, you can come down here and you can maybe look at partnering with somebody or buying into a business. Lots of things needed. We are still early, and we've got to remember that. As much as this place is symbolic and really hope for the rest of the world, there's still a lot that has to happen. But feet on the ground, I can tell you, just to be frank and honest. Yeah, everybody knows that Bitcoin's here. Not everybody is anxious to use it because cash works pretty good. So I wouldn't say that everybody is sitting there with their Lightning wallet just ready to take a payment, but they're getting there. And through initiatives like Mi Primer Bitcoin, through the meetups, and through Bitcoiners coming and being good citizens, and just saying, would you pagar con Bitcoin? I'd like to pay with Bitcoin. Can I pay with Bitcoin? Then, if the answer is no, well, whatever, don't worry about it. But if maybe they are interested, we can teach them. There's so many things we can do. So it's really going to be up to us, and don't just sit back and expect this all to happen on its own. It's going to take a lot of effort from incredible people that we are seeing in places like Hope House and Mi Primer Bitcoin, and the meetups that are happening in San Salvador and all over the country. So wow, Godspeed to each and every one of those incredible people that are doing this. And for now, this is Reverend Hoddle. I'm going to hit the road and wrap up my Central American travels. I don't quite know where I'm stopping next, but I'll be sure to just do a video check-in, and if you're interested in watching, tune in. I would just remind you, if you like this stuff and you think there's some value there, kindly share it with a friend. Maybe somebody gets something out of the whole thing. You can subscribe to the channel, and then you get notified if new videos drop. And you can put one of those like things on it. That helps. Make a comment. That's also good. I guess that helps the algorithm pick up the content and be a little more in the mainstream instead of buried. However it works, or not. I mean, if you don't like it, then I think, as they say, then throw a comment in. Tell me what you didn't like, and it's all good feedback. So, anyways, thanks for watching, Reverend Hoddle, and let's change the world with Bitcoin.